नमो विश्वपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामी नित्यनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदम जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदम जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदम. Okay, we're reading from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila. We're in chapter 2, text number 50. In this way, Lord Chaitanya used to revel in ecstasy day after day and exhibit these ecstasies before Swarupa and Ramanandaraya. Externally, there appeared severe tribulation as if he were suffering from poisonous effects, but internally, he was experiencing bliss. This is characteristic of transcendental love of Krishna. Text 51. If one tastes such love of Godhead, you can compare it to hot sugar cane. When one chews hot sugar cane, his mouth burns, yet he cannot give it up. Similarly, if one has but a little love of Godhead, he can perceive its powerful effects. It can only be compared to poison and nectar mixed together. Text 52. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke, "My dear beautiful friend, if one develops love of Godhead, love of Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaja, all the bitter and sweet influences of this love will manifest in one's heart. Such love of Godhead acts in two ways. The poisonous effects of love of Godhead defeat the severe and fresh poison of the serpent. Yet, there is simultaneously transcendental bliss, which pours down and defeats the pride of nectar and diminishes its value. In other words, love of Krishna is so powerful that it simultaneously defeats the poisonous effects of a snake as well as the happiness derived from pouring nectar on one's head. Is perceived as doubly effective, simultaneously poisonous and nectarian. Text 53. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would see Jagannatha along with Balarama and Subhadra, he would immediately think that he had reached Kurukshetra, where all of them had come. He would think that his life was successful because he had seen the lotus-eyed one whom, if seen, pacifies the body, mind and eyes. Text 54. Staying near the Garuda Stamba, the Lord would look upon Lord Jagannatha. What can be said about the strength of that love? On the ground beneath the column of the Garuda Stamba was a deep ditch, and that ditch was filled with the water of his tears. Text 55. When coming from the Jagannath temple to return to his house, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to sit on the ground and mark it with his nails. At such times, he would be greatly morose and would cry, "Alas, where is Vrindavana? Where is Krishna, the son of the cowherd men, the son of the king of the cowherd men? Where is that person who plays the flute?" Text 56. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to lament by saying, "Where is Sri Krishna, whose form is carved in three places? Where is the sweet song of his flute? And where is the bank of the Yamuna? Where is the Rasa dance? Where is the dancing, singing, and laughing? Where is my Lord, Madana Mohana, the enchanter of Cupid?" Text 57. In this way, various ecstatic emotions evolved, and the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu filled with anxiety. He could not escape even for a moment. In this way, because of fierce feelings of separation, his patience began to totter, and he began to recite various verses. Text 58. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O friend of the helpless, you are the only ocean of mercy. Because I have not met you, my inauspicious days and nights have become unbearable. I do not know how I shall pass the time. Text 59. All these inauspicious days and nights are not passing, for I have not met you. It's difficult to know how to pass all this time. But you are the friend of the helpless and an ocean of mercy. Kindly give me your audience, for I am in a precarious position. Text 60. In this way, the Lord's restlessness was awakened by ecstatic feelings, and his mind became agitated. No one could understand what course such ecstasy would take, because Lord Chaitanya could not meet the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. His mind burned. He began to ask Krishna about the means by which he could reach him. Text 61. Oh Krishna, oh flute player, the sweetness of your early age is wonderful within these three worlds. You know my unsteadiness, and I know yours. No one else knows about this. I want to see your beautiful, attractive face somewhere in a solitary place. But how can this be accomplished? Text 62. My dear Krishna, only you and I know the strength of your beautiful features, and because of them, my unsteadiness. Now, this is my position. I do not know what to do or where to go. Where can I find you? I'm asking you to give directions. Text 63. Because of the various kinds of ecstasy, contradictory states of mind occurred, and this resulted in a great fight between different types of ecstasy: anxiety, impotence, humility, anger, and impatience were all like soldiers fighting, and the madness of love of Godhead was the cause. Text 64. The body of the Lord was just like a field of sugarcane into which the mad elephants of ecstasy entered. There was a fight amongst the elephants, and in the process, the entire field of sugarcane was destroyed. Thus, transcendental madness was awakened in the body of the Lord, and he experienced despondency in mind and body. In this ecstatic condition, he began to speak as follows. Text 65. O my Lord, O dearest one, O only friend of the universe, O Krishna, O restless one, O only ocean of mercy, O my Lord, O my enjoyer, O beloved to my eyes. Alas, when will you again be visible to me? Text 66. The symptoms of madness served as an impetus for remembering Krishna. The mood of ecstasy evoked love, disdain, defamation by words, pride, honor, and indirect prayer. The Sri Krishna was sometimes blasphemed and sometimes honored. Text 67. In the attitude of Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu addressed Krishna. My dear Lord, you are engaged in your pastimes and utilize all the women in the universe according to your desire. You are so kind to me. Please divert your attention to me. For by fortune, you appeared before me. Text 68. My dear Lord, you attract all the women of the universe and you make adjustments for all of them when they appear. Your Lord Krishna and is always restless. You cannot remain in one place, but you are not at fault for this. You are actually the ocean of mercy, the friend of my heart. Therefore, I have no reason to be angry with you. Text 70. My dear Lord, you are the master and the life and soul of Vrindavana. Kindly arrange for me many activities. Actually, you are my enjoyer. You appeared just to give me happiness, and this is one of your expert activities. We'll pause here today at 70th verse and we'll discuss briefly and then we'll continue. So, so if you remember the context, we're in the Madhya Lila second chapter. So, where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was thinking that he may not be able to live for a long time. Because of that, he's summarizing the entire Antya Lila. Actually, he summarized Madhya Lila earlier in the last chapter. Now he's summarizing the Antya Lila of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita also fully. Summary fashion. Then after this is over, he will start to elaborate the Madhya Lila in detail, past times in detail, and then Antya Lila in detail like that. Several books. But we are getting a very condensed version. But interesting thing about this is we're getting some glimpse of what is coming next. Of course, this is a very elevated subject matter. So I'm only reading and understanding what is given here in the translation and proper translations and proper purports. I don't have any experience of this. So we are just discussing whatever we understand from this Prabhupada purports and translations for us this section. So, remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life. He was on this planet for 48 years, and then first 24 years was before he took sannyasa, and that was described in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila. And then out of the next 24 years, he the last 12 years is what is described in the Antya Lila. So that's last 12 years of the Antya Lila is what we're actually Antya Lila is covers even more, 18 years. But the last 12 years is the section where we are in right now, Antya Lila. Within Antya Lila, last 12 years of Lord Chaitanya's life on this planet. So in that context, what we were hearing is that Lord Chaitanya was experiencing extreme symptoms of ecstasy and highest stage because he's experiencing the Mahabhava of Srimati Radharani and the transcendental ecstasy of Srimati Radharani in separation from Krishna. That's the overall context in which all these verses are spoken, where Lord Chaitanya is experiencing the transcendental ecstasy. By the mercy of Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we're getting some glimpse how that is when somebody is experiencing love of Godhead and the two highest form of love of Godhead. Because we within love of Godhead, there are gradations, I understand. So this is the highest form what Lord Chaitanya is experiencing now. So we're getting some glimpses from now, from the other now. So we'll go through some of the verses. Most of the verses don't have purports, and even there is one or two verses have purports. That is describing the highest ecstatic symptoms. Actually, we'll go through them. So we'll start text 50 today, given that context. So basically, Krishna's Goswami saying, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to revel in the ecstasy day after day and exhibit those ecstasies before his close associates, Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Raya. Externally, they appeared severe tribulation. So externally, somebody looks at externally, it's like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is suffering from poisonous effects. Like that, it feels like externally somebody says. But internally, he was experiencing real bliss due to love of Krishna. So now, how that is so? Externally, it appears like tribulation, and then internally, it's bliss. How that is so? That's what Krishna Goswami is explaining us in the next set of verses for us. So with the different analogies also he describes. So in the 51st verse, he gives one analogy. He says, if somebody is drinking a hot sugar cane, if somebody is chewing a hot sugar cane, then on one side, the mouth is burning because it's too hot. But on the other side, they don't want to give it up because it is very, very sweet sugar cane. So like that, similarly, this analogy, Lord Krishna Goswami is describing the symptoms of ecstasy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So basically, it's like poison and nectar mixed together. That's so it feels like is describing. More details he gives in the next verse, 52nd verse. Basically, if one develops Krishna Prema, both the of love will be there and also nectar of love will be there.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, for some reason your voice is very low for me. I don't know, is it only for me or?
It's for me as well, Prabhu.
Oh, okay.
For me as well, yes.
Muted. Even now you're losing my voice, or that only a few seconds when I paused and muted?
Yeah, Prabhu,
Yeah.
you're back to normal.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes, back to normal.
Prabhuji, are you sharing the screen or you want someone to share the screen?
Let me see. I'll put you on speaker. Yeah, now I can let you were able to hear me or still distorted because signal?
Now I am able to hear Prabhu clearly.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, just pause for a few seconds. Yeah, now good.
Prabhuji, you want me to share the screen or to show
Yeah,
that?
if you're able to share, please share, bro. Yes, yeah.
Let me see.
Because I'm in the car, that's why I'm not sharing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I came up to the 50. We are discussing 52nd verse, bro, now. Yeah. So basically, this love of Godhead, it seems, is so wonderful that it simultaneously manifests like poisonous effects, like severe than poison of serpent, and then happiness better than somebody is getting drenched in nectar, like Abhishek. like that is described by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami here. Actually, there are several verses in this chapter are quoted from Rupa Goswami's books, like Vidagdha Madhava, and then also from Bilo Mangal Thakur book, like Krishna Karnamrita, it seems. I never read those books. I'm just reading them in the purport, the names itself. So that's about 52 verse. Now we'll go to the 53rd verse. 53rd verse, what we are hearing is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he would manifest these ecstatic symptoms in separation of Krishna when he goes for darshan of Lord Jagannath. That is the portion he is describing in the next couple of verses. So when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to Jagannath temple, he should take darshan from outside the temple where there's a Garuda Stamba, where Garuda is there on the top, big pillar kind of thing, right? Most temples in India have it. So he used to stand next to it and take darshan, it seems. So then, because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Srimati Radharani, that's why I used to think that, oh, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra came to Kurukshetra like that. Then he was feeling very happy that his life became successful, seeing Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna like that. Remember, this is a pastime about what we normally hear about Jagannath Rath Yatra also, where Krishna, Balaram, and then Subhadra came, and also from Dwaraka to Kurukshetra. And then also Brajvasis came to Kurukshetra also to take bath in the holy river there during the some what is it called? Like some sun-related thing will be there, right? Anybody remembers what is that called? No.
It's solar eclipse, Prabhu?
Solar eclipse. Perfect. Thank you, Krishna. Yeah, solar eclipse. So during the solar eclipse time, it's considered auspicious to take bath in the holy rivers, right? So both Dwarkavasis and Brajvasis came there to Kurukshetra. And at that time, Radharani and Gopis were happy to see Jagannath Baldev Subhadra in one sense. And in another sense, they also wanted to see them not in a majestic form like that, but in a simple cowherd boy form like that, like how he's in Vrindavan like that. So they pull the cart and then they try to take him to Vrindavan. That's the pastime of Rath Yatra, right? So that portion of it is being described here in a summary fashion. That Lord Chaitanya in the mood of Srimati Radharani used to be happy seeing Jagannath Baldev Subhadra darshan from outside. Not only that happy, see the ecstatic. Remember the previous verses talked about the simultaneous effects of nectar and poison, like that. So he was actually crying in that separation also, even while seeing the darshan of Lord from the Garuda Stamba. So much crying in ecstasy that there is a deep ditch that got formed next to Garuda Stamba, it seems, and it was filled with the tears of Lord Chaitanya. Some of these things we cannot even appreciate or understand fully how that can happen. But that is the nature of the transcendental love of Krishna. So some highest ecstatic symptoms we are listening about now. Now text 55. So that is his condition when he was seeing Jagannath. Now when he goes separation from Jagannath, when he goes back to his home, actually on the ground he used to mark with nails, it seems, and then start thinking, where is Vrindavan? Where is Krishna? Where is that person who's playing flute? Like that is thinking. So now text 56 is describing that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to lament like this. They are quoting, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is quoting. So where is Sri Krishna, whose form is carved in three places, like Tribhanga form we call it, right? Where is the sweet song of his flute? Where is the bank of the Yamuna? Where is the rasa dance? Like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to address Krishna in his mood of ecstasy like that. And then text 57. So in this way, various ecstatic symptoms used to manifest themselves. And his mind was filled with anxiety at the same time. So he was always with these kind of feelings in this last 12 years like that. He was really experiencing the symptoms of the transcendental ecstasy of Radharani. Then, now in that state, he used to recite several verses, it seems. That's what the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is quoting from different scriptures now. Some of them are from Krishna Karnamrita, written by Bilo Mangal Thakur, it seems. So in 58th verse, he's saying, "Oh my Lord, oh friend of helpless, you're the only ocean of mercy. Because I have not met you, My inauspicious days and nights have become unbearable. I do not know how I shall pass the time. See, whenever we have this brief experience also. Whenever we like somebody and when we're waiting eagerly for somebody, it feels like so much time is passing. When are they going to come like that? Of course, that is just simple experience for us. But in this case, Lord Chaitanya is experiencing the transcendental ecstasy, very high symptoms. And that symptoms also is thinking, like even Sikshastikam we hear, right? How every minute is, every moment is like millions of ages like that. It's feeling like that. In separation of Krishna, when will I see you? So much time, how can I don't even know how to pass the time. All my days and nights are inauspicious because I'm not seeing, like that is praying. So now, then he says, but you are the friend of the helpless. In text 59 is saying, and the ocean of memory, ocean of mercy. Kindly give me your audience. Seeing my precarious position, please give me your audience. That means please show me yourself to me. Please give a darshan. Like this praying. So now text 60 is Krishnadas Goswami is describing that in this way, Lord Chaitanya was in transcendental ecstasy all the time. So no one could understand how the ecstasy will lead to what kind of actions, what kind of activity from Lord Chaitanya like that. So in that separation from Krishna, his mind was as if like burning, it seems. So he used to ask the means, how can I reach you? How can I reach you like that? So to give you as a demonstration or examples, Krishnadas Goswami is quoting several verses from 61 onwards on how he's asking Krishna, please let me know how I can reach you like that, right? So text 61 is he is praying. Krishna is praying. This is a quotation from Krishna Karamata again. Oh Krishna, oh flute player, your early age pastimes are wonderful. You know my unsteadiness and I know your unsteadiness. Only we both each know each other. I want to see your beautiful attractive face in a solitary place. But how can this be accomplished? Why is he saying in a solitary place? Because he's in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So he's hankering for that association of Lord Krishna again. So now text 62. So he's again glorifying the beautiful features of Krishna. And then he's explaining that his unsteadiness is because of seeing the beauty of Krishna like that. So he's saying, where can I find you? So he's again asking directions. I'm asking you to give directions like that. And text 63 describes some of the different kinds of ecstasy that Lord Chaitanya used to experience. So basically, these ecstasies sometimes contract with each other in mind, it seems. And that results in fight in between ecstasies itself, it seems. So there are symptoms that are contradictory like that, meaning anxiety, impotence, humility, anger, impatience, all of them at the same time. So when these ecstatic symptoms are combined together, they have a different effect on the person who is experiencing them, it seems. So some of them are explaining the purport, like somebody's experiences lightness of heart because of strong attachment and strong agitation of mind, it seems. That's called chapalya. Then when somebody is unable to tolerate the desire, with the desire to see the Lord, but then is not visible immediately, that incapability is called outsukya or eagerness, extreme eagerness, like that. So now text 64 is described how Lord Chaitanya's body is being compared to like a field of sugarcane. The analogy being given is, in a sugarcane field, when elephants go there, okay, mad elephants go there, then let us say they fight among themselves in the field, sugarcane field. So because they're all heavy elephants, when they fight among themselves, whole sugarcane field is destroyed. Similarly, when Lord Chaitanya was in transcendental ecstasy, all his ecstatic symptoms were contradicting with each other, like they're like fighting between each other within his body and mind, it seems. So Lord Chaitanya was feeling the transcendental madness awakened in Lord, it seems, Lord's body, like that. This transcendental madness is also called Unmada, and that's described in this verse. So this is not like our madness. This is like transcendental madness, madness for meeting Krishna, madness for hearing Krishna, madness for talking to Krishna, like that, experiencing Krishna in different ways, like that. Now, text 65 is saying, is glorifying Krishna with different words. Oh my Lord, oh dearest one, oh only friend of the universe, oh Krishna, oh restless one, oh only ocean of mercy, oh my Lord, oh my angel, oh beloved to my eyes. When will you again be visible to me? He's praying like that. When can you show me your darshan, like that? So Sri Krishna, because of his transcendental ecstasies, sometimes Lord Chaitanya glorifies Krishna, honors Krishna. And sometimes he also blasphemes Krishna. That is the mood of ecstasy at that time. So, in this purport of 66, Unmada word is explained. Unmada means extreme joy, misfortune, and bewilderment in the heart due to separation. So, see, extreme joy is also there, misfortune also is there, and bewilderment is also there. When somebody is experiencing that Unmada, transcendental madness, they'll be laughing like a madman, dancing, singing, performing ineffectual activities, talking nonsense, running, shouting, like that it's in. So that's what being described in the purport. And there's another word, mana, we commonly hear in Radha Krishna pastimes when we go to yatras, like Vrindavan Yatra, for example. That is defined in the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Well, how is mana defined? When the lover feels novel sweetness by exchanging hearty, loving words, but wishes to hide his feelings by crooked means. Mana is experienced. That means they want to have loving exchanges nicely with each other, lovers. But then, but they hide their feelings. Then that is called mana, it seems. Now, text 67, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Srimati Radharani again, is addressing Krishna. He's saying, you are engaged in your various pastimes, you utilize all the women in the universe, you are so kind to me, please divert your attention to me, for by fortune you appeared before me, like that he's praying. Lord Chaitanya is praying to Krishna. That means he's also having darshan of Krishna. Not only he's only feeling separation, but he's also experiencing Krishna also before him. Both. So, next 68th verse, you are Lord Krishna and you can enchant everyone. But you are nothing but a debauchee. Who can honor you, like that he say. Remember, Krishna's Goswami said, sometimes he blasphemes, sometimes he honors in the transcendental ecstasy. That's what we are experiencing here. 69th verse, he's saying, my dear Krishna, your mind is always restless. You cannot remain in one place, but you're not at fault for this. You're actually the ocean of mercy. You're the friend of my heart. Therefore, I have no reason to be angry with you. See, on one side he's saying you're debauchee, and the other side is saying you are an ocean of mercy and you're sweet, you're my friend. So I can't be angry with you, like that is saying, Lord Chaitanya is saying. So last verse for today, Lord Chaitanya is speaking again this verse. He's saying, you're the master and life and soul of Vrindavana. Kindly deliver Vrindavana. That means come back to Vrindavana and deliver Vrindavana, like that. And then you are my enjoyer. You appeared just to give me happiness. And this is one of your expert activities. So, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, Lord Chaitanya is saying that actually Krishna, you are my enjoyer. That means I am for your service only. And also you give me happiness, like that. Remember, when we serve Krishna, that's when we get the real permanent happiness, real bliss. Actually, in practicing devotion service also, we're aiming to cultivate that service mood to Krishna so that we can experience that real bliss instead of trying to get happiness from outside us through some sense gratification activities, like that. When we start to develop little bit taste, then we can easily give up the sense gratification tendencies. So that's why we're encouraged to practice our devotion service by chanting sincerely daily, every day morning, especially in the morning time if possible. And then do our sadhana of hearing and reading scriptures regularly. That way, we can develop the real taste in Krishna consciousness and spiritual strength in Krishna consciousness. That way, we can experience a little bliss. Then based on proportionate to the attraction we get for Krishna and Bhakti, proportionately, inversely proportionally, we also detach from or inversely proportional, I said, right? So the attachment to sense gratification goes down basically, inversely to that. Or other way to say it is, as we get more and more attracted to Krishna and Bhakti, our attraction for sense gratification goes down. And we really enjoy the pleasure in reading, hearing, doing service to Krishna, like that. And each of us is different. We can all experience that happiness in a different devotional activity, each of us. Yeah, we'll pause there. We'll continue next Monday again. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let's offer obeisance to devotees. Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kupasindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.